Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 5th, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. And as always, the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So just know that this new moon is in Cancer. So, excuse me. So it's going to be a bit more intense because it's Cancer time period. We are Cancers. This new moon is in Cancer. Everything's going to hit us a bit harder. So just being aware of this Cancer and getting ourselves ready for this is going to be important. So we are crowned here with the Four of Wands. I love that. This is the minor arcana marriage card. This is prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. This is something to celebrate. So this is a really great thing. We are really rich in emotional manifestation. So this is really a sense of a win, a triumph, a moving forward in celebration. So that is great. It moves us then to the Page of Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you have Earth sign energy in your chart, if you have Earth sign energy in your life, it comes through very, very positively. Now, if you have Earth sign energy in your life, in your life that are children, this is going to be very important as well, because you're going to see that you're learning a lot from them. You're also helping them to plant the seeds that will help them grow the way that they need to, but it's also going to inspire you in a way that you didn't think it could. You're like, oh no, this is all great. Like I have this figured out. And then you're going to hear something from this kid or see something and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what about this? What about that? So that's really, really cool. You're also focusing on your inner child success, meaning that you're connecting with kind of your life purpose, like the things that you really enjoyed embracing your prosperity in when you were little. Now you're going to start kind of pulling that back into your sphere of energetic being. It moves us then to, okay, the Hangman reverse. Now we are doing something here and we're really doubting ourselves. Now do note this new moon has everybody doubting themselves. It's just one of the things with a new moon in Cancer. Our emotions can really fluctuate and we need to be able to move forward from the past hurts that we have been through. That's going to be really beneficial, but our emotions can fluctuate. We can have really great highs, really intense lows. So do be mindful about this. And because we can be healing from the past, but have the past come up, we can feel a bit stuck. And then we can think, well, I just have to change everything, right? I just have to be more like, it's kind of like I have to be more like everybody else instead of following my own intuition, listening to myself. I have to conform more. And that's not really going to help us. So just being aware of that is going to be important. We have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a coming to a completion of a cycle when it comes to the way that we think and to the words that we're taking in. So being aware of this, that with the Ten of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a person laying flat on the ground with 10 swords in them. It's overkill. Now, it can be that we're kind of taking something to the extreme. So do be aware of that. And we're transforming, we're having a growth period, but first it had to be taken to that extreme. And that's going to be very important. But we're also seeing the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. We are transforming. It brings us then to the Lovers reverse. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Gemini, if we have Gemini energy in our chart, this is going to be really intense, or Gemini energy in our life. It's going to be intense and not necessarily, the way that we want it to be. Like it's not necessarily going to be good energy for us. This can also be lust. We can really lust after things during this time and mistake it with love because our energy is super intense and that energy comes forward and we can have somebody who is very good in the art of lust, but not in the art of really following through with things. So just being aware of that, especially when it comes to love. So, and also in business or any other relationship that we're having, like there's somebody who's very enticing. They can say all the right things. They can make us think like, wow, this is super cool. I'm so talented, or this can really take off. And then nothing. We then have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords reverse is being very stuck in one certain way of doing things. And this is going to be a time where we are prone to overthinking. We are prone to, kind of thinking it's our fault. And then we'll think, well, it has to be just like this. And Spirit's like, well, why can't it be like that? And it's like, no, this is the plan. It has to be just like this. So being aware of that is going to be important as well. We then have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position, which is awesome. And this is looking at the present and being very much in the present, not being pulled by the past, not being pulled by the future. So that is a really great thing. We then have the moon coming in. Now we are ruled by the moon. So when the moon comes forward, it's like, this is our energy. We're in a new moon. This is our time. And remember, a new moon is when we set our intentions. Now, it's not just for the next 2 weeks until the full moon, is we set our intentions until the new moon 6 months from now in Cancer. So this is going to be a time where we're setting our intentions, we're looking at what it is that we want, but we're also really facing fears and doubts and chaoses and ways that we've been held back and what we have lusted after that we really didn't love. And we can get really frustrated with ourselves and say, what the heck is wrong with me? Can't I see things the right way? And Spirit's like, we are learning, we are growing, we are transforming. So let us embrace that energy. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, entering to be chosen to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit the bell notification. So let's see here, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, this is the chickadee. This is my favorite bird. I just love the chickadee so much. And it says here, the time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. And I love that. I love that for you, Cancer, because you really are ready to embrace change. You're ready to be a student of your prosperity. You're going to find success and see success in kind of the oddest of places. And this is a time where you're really into nurturing, right? So with this new moon in Cancer, this is all about the home, all about family. This is very us and our inner circle oriented, however that manifests in our lives. And what we're going to see is that we get great pleasure from cooking, from gardening, from nesting. And I love the chickadee with the nesting and coming together with like-minded energy and like-minded people. So that's going to be really great for us. Or even people who aren't like-minded that we just really like. And we could be like, oh my gosh, we don't agree on a whole list of things, but my gosh, do we have a good time? So just embracing that is going to be really great. Now let's see what our chakra energy is, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is relationships reversed. Now, this is, the sacral chakra. We have lust coming in there, right? We have the lovers reverse. So it can be that we have a bit of difficulty with relationships right now. We can have a hard time setting boundaries. And that is something that we really need to work on and we really, really need to embrace. We have emotional fluctuations coming forward. We have intensities. So looking at that here with the sacral chakra is going to be really important. This is also our sensual energy. This is our creative energy. So being aware of that is going to be very, very important during this time. It moves us then to our chakra energy, not our chakra energy, we just did that, to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the magician. Now, this is twofold. This is not seeing our own magic, so being mindful about that. And this is also thinking that other people have more magic, more talent, more than we do. And so we should listen to others instead of listening to our own intuition and our own connection with spirit. So being aware of this is going to be super important during this time. This is a time of celebration. This is a time of really good things coming our way. It's an intense time because all that Cancer energy comes forward and it's all, that we're soaking up, and it brings out intensity, right? It brings out intense emotion. It brings out intense feeling. It's powerful. It is intense, but it's also filled with beautiful celebrations. And that's what's crowning this whole entire reading. With the Page of Pentacles, it is planting seeds of what we desire. It is embracing our inner child energy, our inner child meditation, which we can do right now, taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and seeing yourself as the adult you are now, holding your arms open to the child that you once were, and letting that kid run into your arms and swooping them up in the biggest bear hug and saying, I love you. I'm here for you. You're so talented. Tell me about everything you're interested in. Let us connect again. Let us connect. Explain this to me. Because what we're going to see here is that we're not talking about, okay, how are we going to make the money, right? What we're looking at is, what are your talents? What do you absolutely enjoy of? And how can that manifest into our time right here, right now, where we stand right now? And so we're going to be connecting with certain energies that we've forgotten about. We're like, oh wow, I really did love doing this. And oh wow, that really was fun. So just being aware of this during this time, Cancer, is going to be really, really great for us. We also have that connection with a young earth sign energy, or somebody who has a lot of earth in their chart, like a very grounded, very practical, in the here and now type of energy. So that's going to be really great as well. We are questioning the way that we look at things. We're trying to conform and head in a certain direction or be a certain way, when spirit's like, you're a contradiction. Let yourself be a contradiction. Embrace the many, different modalities of you, or many different energies of you. You don't have to be all one way or another way. It's beautiful to be a little bit messy, right? So that's going to be really, really great. And also, we're going to try and kind of conform to somebody else's teachings that we're not necessarily in alignment with. And so sitting there and saying, I like this part of what you're saying. I'm going to, cherry pick this, but I'm going to leave the rest, and that's okay. Like, I don't have to agree with everything. That's just fine. Sometimes we even see with ourselves, like, wow, I don't agree with everything that I said once upon a time, and that's cool. And leads us to that real sense of taking all the things that have stabbed us in the back, all the hurtful, hateful things, all the angers and frustrations, and we're taking them out, and we're realizing, I'm kind of bulletproof, right? I've become strong. I've become strong because I've been through so much, and I've transformed. And as we embrace that transformation, we have the lust coming in. It's a lust for life. It's a sense of really looking at things and kind of wanting that instant gratification. It can be fun to lust. Like, you can be fun to have a summer fling. Do whatever makes you happy. But like, looking here and knowing that a lust is a lust, right? And a love is a love. They're very, very different. And really embracing that energy is going to be important. And looking at things and saying, okay, what am I getting caught up in the excitement of? And what do I really love and want to build a foundation with? And it brings us here to the Two of Swords, where we can get very stubborn. Like, it has to be all like this, or it has to be all like that. And Spirit's like, why? Why are we like all or nothing right now? And why are we one extreme or the other? So let's just look at things and kind of step back. And don't think it has to be, just a certain way. With the Nine of Pentacles, what we have is this brilliant energy of being able to see our harvest, being able to see what we have worked so hard for, being able to take in the prosperity, being able to take in the success, and not look at the past and say, oh my gosh, that was so much hard work. How am I going to do this again? And not being able to look at, not being able, but not focusing and obsessing and looking at the future and saying, okay, well, is this going to do the same thing? Is it going to produce the same way? Because that just drives us crazy. So here it is taking the success as it is, cherishing it, celebrating it, really celebrating the little wins, the big wins, and letting that energy guide us forward. And this moon is going to bring up a lot of our fears. It's going to bring up a lot of our doubts, but it's also going to be very freeing. It's an intense moon. Yes, most definitely. But Cancer, actually, this seems to really be a very joyous moon for us. With relationships, yeah, it's a bit intense. We can find that we kind of trip over relationships. Our emotions are too intense. Other people's emotions are too intense. Everybody's a little bit more reactionary than they need to be. So just being aware of this is going to be super important. And then also being aware that we can be really stubborn, and we can also have people in our lives that are really stubborn. And it's like, oh my gosh, we can't be two boulders, right? We're just banging into each other. So being aware of this is going to be important. We're looking at fears, we're looking at doubts, we're looking at things that we have been afraid of. And now we're saying, you know what? I see that fear. I understand the logic behind what I was afraid of, but I'm still moving forward. It moves us then to our spirit message energy, our subconscious spirit message. And this is the pheasant. And it says here, the time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. So with that being reversed, we're not really seeing our creation and connection. We can be focusing on everything else, right? But we can be really stubborn and saying, all right, it has to be just like this. And Spirit is saying, embrace more the creation through spiritual connection. It moves us then to our chakra energy, which is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. It's nurturing. It's nurturing ourselves. It's nurturing, other energy around us that needs us, but it is also nurturing ourselves as we would a child. And it brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. This is the 10 of Cups. I know it's a weird energy to be mindful of, but it's like, it's looking at other people's happiness. It's looking at what makes other people, joyous, or just kind of like their highlight reel and thinking, oh, wow, they have it all and I don't. We're not seeing the struggle. We're not seeing the intensity of everything. Being aware of that. We can be a bit jealous during this time. And because our emotions are so intense and right at the surface, that jealousy can kind of take over. So do be aware of that. It moves us then to the Four of Cups. There's going to be something we really think we need to focus on during this moon and the energy around this moon. But what's going to happen is that Spirit's going to hand us like this gift and hand us this insight that has us looking at things in a very different way. And it's almost going to feel frustrating. It's almost going to feel like we're going to be annoyed at it. It's like, what is going on here? And it's like we're heading in a different direction than what we expected. And it is actually glorious. Okay. All right, Cancer, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.